Hello, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a 2,500 point game of my Orcs and Goblins up against some Warriors of Chaos. Alright, so I can't express how much I couldn't wait for this game because, I've been doing a lot of kind of like fun games and demo games, but I really need to get back and do some really competitive games. And this will be a perfect opportunity because the guy I'm playing against is, the guy that won my Battle of the Beast tournament. He won the last Onslaught tournament. He always does extremely well, and I've only beat the guy one time. However, he's now starting Warriors of Chaos again for the second time, and just interested to see what he's going to do with the new book. So what he has from left to right is he's running a Chimera, then he has 18 warriors with a Mark and Nurgle, and they have halberds and a banner, some dogs, another unit of warriors exactly the same. Behind them is the Demon Prince, which is a level 4 with an extra spell, like a 1+ armor save, rerollable probably, something like that. He gets wounds back. Yeah, he's a badass type thing. He doesn't have wings though. Then he has 2 hell cannons. That's actually his conversion there. He went in, instead of the heads, put on the Iron Blaster cannon there, so it's a pretty cool conversion. Some dogs behind, some more dogs, and then he has some knights with Mark and Nurgle, and he actually gave them lances just for a big punch. He's thinking now of actually going the other way, but he just wanted to try and make these guys like an elite style army. So it's actually kind of like a theme thing. On my side, from left to right, I'm going to go with 5 dogs that have the shields. Then I have my Savage Orc Biggin Horde. Then I have 2 Chukkas, a Doom Diver, and a Rock Lava. I have, of course, my Black Orcs that have gone back to the Flaming Banner. In there is my Night Goblin BSB and my level 4 Orc Shaman that has a scroll and the Iron Curse icon. Up front is my Night Goblin, which is usually the bunker. They have 1 Fanatic. Then there is another Rock Lava, another Doom Diver, my Troll Horde, my another Spear Chukka, and then some Wolves with Spears and Bows. And yeah, just so you know, the reason why I deployed like this is that I learned from playing him before that all my blocks are immune to Psych, so that's fantastic against his Hell Cannons. However, he just blasts my bunker, it's not immune to Psych, and then I lose all my characters. So I'm not falling for that this time. My bunker is now just becoming a throwaway unit. But the interesting thing about this game is the whole fact that it's actually going to be blood and glory. So it's going to be very scary on both sides because he only has 3 banners in his general, so he's at 5, and if his general dies, that's it. For my side here, same thing. I got 2 banners, I got BSB and a general. So I'm also at 5. So if any of us loses our general or 2 other things, that's it. That's the game. So of course, with all my war machines, I stand a pretty good chance. Of course, he's running death magic on his guy, so he stands a pretty good chance. And so yeah, going forward, I'm just going to try and kill off his 1 Demon Prince there, and if I can, hurrah. If not, I'm going to try killing off his 2 warrior units, but again, we're going to have to see what that Demon Prince does to get in my way. And for magical, like the terrain stuff, we got 5 bits, and we got, 2 rivers in the back to make you cause fear, 2 buildings, and kind of a wall there as well. So it's not going to be doing too much of a difference. Alright, so with my first turn here, what I pretty much do is I pass all my animosity and stupidity, so that's pretty fantastic. I'm really not moving at all, except for the Night Goblins and the Trolls that move slightly up. In the magic phase, I got up the Fists of Gork onto my Shaman, so that's kind of cool, and then he stopped my Foot of Gork. My shooting didn't really do too much. It's all kind of like long range, blah blah. I had a lot of stuff scattering. He also had the building blocking the Demon Prince from the other Rock Lava, so in the end, all I really managed to do was kill a few, I think 3 of the warriors from the left unit, so a little bit disappointing with all the ranged I have, but hey, I'm still in a pretty solid position here. His turn 1, he fails his leadership on his Hell Cannon, so that's the one that kind of moved up there, and it also, I think it ate something. I can't remember why it lost a wound. Maybe I'd shot it or something. I can't remember right now, but it actually has a wound lost right now. The other thing that happened is his knights are pressuring on the right side. His warriors really aren't doing too much pressuring. They move kind of up, but they're not as up as they could be. Demon Prince moved up. He has 1 dogs that are fairly far up there, and then otherwise what happened is I had to, oh, that's how it happened. When he moved up, I had to shoot at the Fanatic, and the Fanatic did 1 wound to the Hell Cannon, so that's how that happened. In the magic phase, he's kind of out of range for a lot of his stuff, and so what he actually does then is he goes for the Pit of Shades, or what is it? Not the Pit of Shades. It's the whole Vortex one. The name's escaping me right now. But he needed actually a pretty good roll to get to me, so I let it go through because I want to save my scroll. And then in the end, he rolled the full 10, so it went through my Black Orcs. So you can see what it did to me, so that's very bad. And then as well, he made the Night Goblins -1's toughness, but no big deal there. My turn too, and I should first say that actually the other Hell Cannon had misfired and eaten all its crew, so that's always fun. But my turn too, stupidity, all that fun stuff, all pass or hurrah. And what I really wanted to do was, first of all, I had to protect my characters. So I thought about moving them into the left building, but I was just like 4 inches and 2 millimeters away, so I couldn't actually get inside. If I had the Swift banner, I actually could have. But anyway, what I needed to do then was try and deal with the center, because if I didn't kill the Demon Prince, then all of a sudden he'd be having too much pressure on me. So I need to get those trolls in there. So the trolls, well, first of all, the Night Goblins had to charge the warriors to get out of the way. Then the trolls charged into the Hell Cannon, hoping to kill it off. And then with the overrun, I'd actually go into the flank of the warriors. Unfortunately, man, that thing's so hard to kill with a 5+ ward and the 5+ go to your handlers now, which is ridiculous. So that failed. Of course, my Night Goblins get their butts kicked and got away. Otherwise, in my magic phase, he is able to stop my Foot of Gork. You can see there with my positioning, to make sure he didn't just kill my level 4, it's actually behind the lines, because I figure now he's not really going to have any shooting at me, and whether I'm in a unit or out, he can still death snipe me, so whatever. Shooting at his guy really did not go well, and part of it was my stupidity, where I tried hitting him with a rock lava, and it turned out he had the charm shield, and it's something I should have kind of expected. I mean, it's not modeled, but again, you could always argue that's the charm shoulder pad, right? So I really should have hit it with a Doom Diver first, but that's my mistake. So he survives. That's bad news. My magic phase didn't really do anything. So at the end of the day, all I really did is kill like a couple more warriors from the left, and that's really it. And on the right side, my wolves are going to redirect his knights. So in his turn too, his warriors charge my Night Goblins to make them flee, then redirect into my trolls here. So that's going to be bad. And then his Demon Prince comes into my Black Orcs, but of course they're going to be steadfast for a while, so we'll just have to make sure to try and kill those other units as fast as I can. Although that's going to be tough, because his warriors over here are actually backing away from my savages. And at the end of the fight here, yeah, he beats me. I fail my steadfast, break, and he actually chooses not to chase me because I'm obviously going to go off the board. That means I'm down 2 banners. I lose the game, plus it panics my shaman, so he runs off the board as well. So I'm down to 1 fortitude. So yeah, big time lost. And then, yeah, my trolls got their butts kicked too. I mean, they killed the Hell Cannon, but they, even though I didn't lose that much, I lose by enough. And I mean, I'm only steadfast on a 4 now, so I break and I get away, but bounce all the way far over here, and we just call the game now. So yeah, at the end of the day, it was just a 2-turn loss. Really, it's kind of what we expected. Either my shaman was going to die or his guy was going to die. I really didn't expect it to be by my Black Orcs breaking from steadfast, but hey, either way, I mean, it's not like I could have won it next turn, and then who knows what would happen. But the big thing I took away from this is that I really need to do more of these competitive games, because I'm really not playing at my strongest right now. A couple of mistakes I made during the game that, even though might have not have changed something, obviously there are still mistakes. Like, for one, when my trolls went in, I decided to attack with my regular attacks, when really I should have gone with my pukes, because then if I did not destroy them and I did have to fight the Nurgle warriors after, it's just better to go with pukes than with the attack. So even though it was like not a big difference against the Hell Cannon, it really meant a big difference against the warriors. The second part of that is that when I won that first combat, I should have combat reformed to face to the left, and then I could have had more attacks than those warriors. So they would have dedicated. Sure, they would have done some damage to me, but I would have destroyed them. So another mistake there. Obviously, that would not have changed the result of this game. With this game, oh, and I didn't even mention turn 1 there. I went and I killed his Chimera, which was fantastic on the left. My shooting killed him when I had nothing else to really shoot, but after that was done, I needed to be a lot more aggressive with my savages. Of course, on the first turn, I was holding back my savages because of the Chimera being there, but once the Chimera was gone, I should have just started marching right up. So there you have it, whatever. The other big thing, too, and that I'm not really sure how this actually would have changed things, but with that one combat with the Demon Prince, if I would have been a little bit farther up, I could have put my guys into the building to protect them. The other part there, too, is, and of course, if he charges, he kind of pushed out so I can shoot him again, so that would have been much smarter if I just would have placed them a little bit more wisely. The other thing, too, is if I would have taken out my BSB from the unit as well, then all of a sudden I wouldn't have to worry about it being challenged or anything. So just these little mistakes that I have to make sure I get over them now, so I'm not making them at Brawler Bash. But either way, really happy with this army. I mean, this army is really just like the small version of what I'm taking at Brawler Bash, and I really am liking it, especially against the Warriors of Chaos. I think with all my stuff having the immune to Psych, I'll be pretty good against some of the shenanigans that can be played against me. I just need to play kind of a smarter game. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and yeah, hopefully a more close and more interesting battle coming up in the future. But like I said, it's good to be back on the saddle again.